be live. I won't be able to see the stream chat. I do apologize for that. So, welcome to a draw stream, and let's immediately get started while I explain the general idea. The general idea is that, as the description is mentioning, we are trying to show thumbnailing and basically concepting through, well, sketches. The theme for right now is aliens. They don't look like us. They don't think like us. They ain't who they say on their driver's license, and other fun stuff like that. So what we're doing right now is we're just shape thumbnailing. Just getting some shapes. They don't have to be good shapes. They don't have to be amazingly clear at this stage. All they have to do is give us ideas. So for example, that, I'm going to emphasize that a bit, give it a bit of a one-sided look. I think that one will be humanoid, and we'll go for an asymmetric deal. There we go. Why asymmetric? I don't know. We'll work that out as we go along. Oh, shit. Music. I forgot. Let's turn that up a wee bit. There we go. So right now I'm using the transparent watercolour brush. And let's make something proper alien. Gotta have at least one jellyfish-like thing. Now, at the moment, these are not going to look good. They're not meant to look good at this stage. At this stage, basically, they're just meant to be. So, for example, let's get a kind of... There we go. Digitigrade deal there. Now, I am using multiple layers, and that will continue as we go along. Something nice, expanded. There we go. I wonder if anyone can guess what that one is doing. No, I think that's a good start. Let's briefly... Actually, let's see what the stream is doing. Good. It is just doing one single thing. So let's move in and start detailing. Now, the beautiful thing about the watercolour brush is that it's going to be able to add and take away detail with just two things: transparency, which obviously makes things more transparent because we got a white background, and the black, which we can then change the details on. And it blends as it goes, so if you use a particularly light brush stroke, then you can get little bits of detail blended together. Of course, if you use a particularly heavy brush stroke, then you are detailing in an entirely different way. Okay, right now that's not looking too bad for a weird armoured bug dude. I mean, even zoomed up close, that ain't bad at all. Okay, let's get a little light. We're noticing the light coming in from this direction. It's up and inward on the right side. So we know, for example, that we want to, there we go, get a little more of a horned beetle look. And of course we can clean up what we know works just by transparenting everything. There we go. Okay. So we know there's an eye there. We know this side is going to be pretty dark. Not looking too bad at all. Now let's use some very, very light strokes to give this form. Give it a little bit of selective outlining. And of course, a little bit of shadow detailing. Transparent this eye a little bit. They're not going to be glowing eyes, but they are going to be eyes. Now the question becomes, do we give this a proper faceless look? We stick with this kind of Dr. Fate-like helmet? Or do we do other things with it? And the answer is, we'll see. Right now, I kind of like how it's going. There we go. Let's get a bigger brush in there so we can clean up a little more efficiently. We don't want to be getting rid of the shapes altogether yet. But we do want to give more of an idea of this thing's shape as we develop it. So we definitely know that we want some shadow here, for example. It does have a rib cage, or you know, a chitin plating of a sort. So we're just, there we go. We've got this intimation here of armor. So let's deepen that up. Blend, blend.
Is the transmitter. You might think.
Blend again.
But I'm still alive and kicking 300,000 volts. Extremely low frequency.
Very small brush to detail this rather thin rib cage. Let's try and get some shape in here. Shadow. And because it is chitin, let's get some irregularity in there. Okay. Don't want the chitin on this side to be that big, although we are already setting ourselves up for a bit of asymmetry here. So, but as you can see, all we're doing is we're setting up basic shapes and then we're working from them. There we go. Okay, let's get the transparency brush out and again clean up around this shape because I think that's a good shape to have. There we go. Back to the small brush. Oh, my smaller brush. Okay. This is quite obviously shadowed. Let's extend that a bit. There we go. There we go. Now we're not doing full rendering of it yet. Nor are we doing much layer fuckery yet, but suffice to say that will come. And we know that under here, it's not quite. There we go. It's gonna be shadowed. Yeah. Yeah, I like this guy. This is a bug I could chill and hang out with. I'm down with this bug. Once again, adding in a little bit of irregularity. And what we're doing here is going to be a little difficult, but I reckon I can pull it off. I reckon. So we're going to have this rather flexible thorax. We're going to spread the shading love over here. There we go. I'm still not decided about the jaw or face, but you know, we're getting there. Either way, we'll definitely want a kind of segmentation here. So this plate will go around here. We're not aiming for perfect symmetry. Okay, let's just very quickly give ourselves a sense of the rough shape. So we know, for example, that's not nearly going to be as dark as it thinks it is, because the light is coming from this direction. Of course, something I haven't really talked about, and I really should be, is materials rendering. Now at the moment, this head is almost metallic in rendering. Chitin is not smooth. I mean, it gives this impression of smoothness, but it really isn't. Okay. So, once again, just building shit up. Okay. I think another segment just there. I mean, it's gonna be a little difficult to see. I'm gonna have to work on making that look real, as it were. There we go. Yeah. But as you can see, with nothing more than a simple shape and just basically black and white, we are building up an almost majestic bug monster. Of course, that doesn't mean that you're not gonna be taking certain shapes and going, ah shit, we need more of that. Because you are. You're gonna constantly be building up the shapes. That jaw, though. That jaw. I think we'll just add a little more plating, because sometimes less really is more. And then start rendering out other things. Okay, so we do want it to actually have digits. But one thing to always keep in mind is that many artists would recommend when you're doing aliens to always give them less or more fingers. I don't quite... that's not a universal rule. There are no universal rules with art of any kind. Okay. So let's have a short segment there, and then just give it a sort of furry, not quite leg. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Now let's assume with this hand for now that he's going to be gripping something. Probably something quite lethal looking at him. Let's clean it up a wee bit. And then say that we will come back. Because of course this is speed painting. This is just getting the concepts out, and one of the rules is if you're doing a lot of concepts at the same time, then you want to be quickly moving, making sure that once it's good enough for now, you can come back to it. So for example, if we zoom out compared to everything else, that's a frickin' masterpiece right now, so let's start moving on to other stuff. Okay, now this guy. Okay. Let's start by making them humanoid. So this is going to involve hair. And a jawline. I'm going to say that this is ornamental wear. So if we go once again right back down to 15. I'm going to make this kind of under mask. And let's give it a little more shape. Perhaps a bit of asymmetry. Ah. Now, one thing to be careful of with digital watercolour brushes is that you will be blurring lines if you use a larger brush over a smaller one. So where possible, try to go from large to small. Nose. Do we really want a nose? No, let's give them flaps. This is going to be shadowed. Eventually, this chin, although it is a chin, poke out. Yeah, I kind of like that guy. Even if the hair-eyebrow relationship isn't currently that spot on. I kind of like this guy. Fish Dude is alright by me. Once again, clear shit up. It seems today I am in a very spiky mood when it comes to ornamentation. Anyone who tells you that mood doesn't affect your art is bullshitting you quite egregiously. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Nice normal fish he is. Now where to go from here? Yeah, there we go, a sash. That's a good idea. Just inking out an arm. Now, one of the problems is that I do not entirely know which direction right now the light is coming from. And that's one of those things you do kind of bullshit from time to time. So let's give him... I'm going to try and keep the light the same, actually, thinking about it. Which of course means that some of this will need to be changed, but that's fine. Overall, it makes my life easier. So let's... Now we'll be giving the impression of scales soon enough. But right now, what we're doing... getting the idea down. Interesting. Interesting. Clean up. So it's not actually going to be as dark here as it could be, but let's at least get some dark in here. There we go. We decided the light is coming from the same direction in all cases. Let's get some, there we go, some highlighting going on here. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Now I definitely want that to be a kind of stompy boot. So I think... Hmm. That is a very odd design, but I kind of like it. Okay. Obviously, light and shade need to be worked on there, so let's make another layer and quickly deal with that. Now, the beautiful thing about working with multiple layers is that you can just quickly add shadow, or indeed with white you can add light, but obviously take care with that, otherwise it's going to look janky as fuck. So let's combine that and then do a little more line clearing. How long have we been gone? 41 minutes. That ain't too bad. No, I think an 80 would do here. Now, tentacly things are actually legit tough for a variety of reasons. You've got a lot of things overlapping for a start. And you are going to have to worry about all their shadows. And honestly, you are going to get it wrong in places. So basically, tentacly things are where you're probably going to be bullshitting the most. Especially if you're going to do what I think I'm going to do here. Keep in mind that this probably isn't going to work, but it's worth a go. Okay, up transparency in the middle. Relatively low. Actually, that ain't doing too bad. Let me start adding some colour here to make this a little more clear what I'm doing here. So let's use a middling blue-green. Add in multiply. Now, multiply adds colour, adds the two colours together. So because we're using grayscale, it'll simply make a darker version of whatever we're doing. But if you're adding two colours together, then keep in mind that it will act like traditional media would, and it will darken. Okay. Now, on the other hand, overlay is a little bit weirder. So let's go for a light blue. Overlay is a little bit weirder, and honestly I have a little bit more trouble explaining how that one works, but suffice to say, it does work in a very specific way that makes things both lighter and more like the colour. It's not quite like glow. Glow does something different again, but oh yeah, this is actually working out quite well. Now the trick here is subtlety. Oh, look at that. Now let's use an even smaller brush. Get in right close and start watercolor changing some of these. Now, what will then happen on the overlay layer is that we are blending this brighter but less saturated color. To basically create tiny, tiny, tiny highlights. There we go. This, by the way, is an absolute nightmare for your wrist, so try to have a comfortable position when you're doing this. Always take care of yourself, because you're certainly not going to make fat stacks of, you know, like digital art cash if you've got RSI and you can't draw. Let's zoom out a bit, see the effect. Yeah. Yeah, that's very good. Look at that. Oh, ow. So, I'm taking my own advice here and giving my wrist a bit of a rotate, a bit of a break. Because that was fine, high tension work. And like I said, you really don't want to fuck up your drawing hand. There we go. Okay. So even though that's not complete, that's still detailing, and that's pretty goddamn cool. So let's see what else. Oh yeah, this guy. We've been going for about almost an hour now, so let's just do this guy, and then, you know, we'll call it for now. So, let's lighten shit up on this side. Let's also remember that layers exist. No, zoom in. Good boy. To anyone who can guess what I'm doing before I'm doing it, props. No, I didn't want to zoom in quite that far. Okay. Let's give this guy a really, really, really long neck. There we go. touch here. A very light touch allows you to subtly shade. We've done subtle long enough. We can now get that form in there. In brain, he beg. Oh, he's so cute. I will fight you if you disagree. Back to the very small. Okay, time to use a second layer to do what I want. Okay, even though that is not finished, let's... So, yeah, just with simple shapes, you can make a lot of concepts quite quickly. This is not even an hour's work. On an illustration, you're probably going to be spending about 10 to 20 hours on a really good one. On these, you know, I could probably get these up to concept level quality in about 4 or 5 hours each, but even though not all concepts pan out, I mean, Bird Guy, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with Bird Guy. These are aliens. These are quite obviously a few aliens, and you can get across that this guy really likes writing shit. This guy looks ever so slightly threatening, so does he. This guy, well, he's alien. He glows from within. Maybe they're microbes, maybe they're the actual aliens and that's just their kind of spacesuit. Who knows? That's up to you as the creator and, you know, person who makes the story behind the art. Or, of course, the person being given a brief. So, this has been a thumbnailing speed painting stream. I hope the people who've watched have enjoyed. I hope that people have a lovely weekend, and see you around.